If your friends aren't on the same thing that you're on, if your friends don't share the same beliefs, the same values, the same goals as you, gradually disassociate yourself from them. Cut them off. Because you should never settle for less with your friends. When it's your friends, you should feel like you've had a sense of brotherhood with these guys. Like you're gonna stay with them throughout the rest of your life. Like you're not bonded with them through like some kind of social media with some kind of like software by some kind of code or some kind of video game or something like that. You shouldn't feel like you're bonded with them through that. Or else you're not really friends. You're friends more with the thing that you're communicating over, the social media platform or the video game or the PlayStation that you're playing. You're friends with that instead of the actual people who you actually think that you're friends with. Because your friends need to be like your brothers. After having a conversation with these guys, you should feel like you've learned something from it, or you should feel like you've genuinely positively impacted from this conversation that you just had. You should feel like you're in this kind of journey of life where you're just pushing each other and pushing each other. Because that's what life is. That's what brotherhood is. And this thing that I'm just talking about, this was exactly the case for me. Okay, these friends that I had, they did have some good habits, like for example working out, but I feel like that's a very basic habit. A lot of people work out nowadays, so it's not really that like unique or whatever. And yeah, sure, they might share some like viewpoints and beliefs and stuff. That's why we were kind of friends in the first place too. But they weren't like 100% aligned with my beliefs. You know, if I were to tell them about this, this YouTube channel or something like that, they would clown me for it. They would legit clown me for this YouTube channel. Right? Because they don't have that exact entrepreneurship mindset that I have. They're kind of stuck in the system that, oh yeah, I'm just gonna get good grades, I'm gonna do this. And no offense if that's actually what you want to do, but these guys don't want to do that, and I know that they're gonna live miserable lives because they hate school already. If you hate school, you're not gonna like the life that you're gonna live later on if you try to go into these like kind of university or whatever. But that's a video for another day. And even with religion and all that, they weren't that religious. They didn't share the same religion as me, which is something that I value a lot in terms of my friends. So it's very important for you to just be around somebody who 100% aligns with you and your purpose. If they're not 100% aligned, or if you have arguments with them about this type of stuff, bro, you need to cut them off. Because you should never settle for less. You're going to find out that when you're with these guys, even for like 1 month, you're going to feel like you've gained more from them than you ever did with these other people. These other friends that you've been friends with since like middle school. Because these guys are always going to negatively impact you from this day forward. And these other people who I'm telling you about, that they align up with their beliefs and all that, they're only going to positively impact you from this day forward. Because when you're with these guys who share the same energy as you, it's exponentially easier to be able to accomplish those goals. To accomplish the common goals that you have, it's exponentially easier to accomplish that. Which is why it's so important to have friends like that, to have a brotherhood like that. Now let's say you realize that, oh yeah, these friends are actually kind of bad. These friends make me go on PlayStation every single day for 2 hours. So they're actually negatively impacting me. Let's say you want to drop them. You're like, oh shoot, maybe this guy is making sense. Maybe I should drop my friends, because if I logically think about it, these guys are only having a negative impact on my life. These guys are only making me more unproductive. So I need to cut them out. Now how do you do this? Now this is the stage that I'm at. You need to slowly disassociate yourself from them. You need to slowly start talking to them less. And you need to realize that if you're trying to drop these friends, you're going to have to make sacrifices. This life is full of sacrifices. And if you're willing to progress in this life, you have to sacrifice everything that's not benefiting you. Everything that's negatively impacting you, you have to sacrifice that. So if these friends, you have to please just think about it from a logical perspective. If these friends are negatively impacting you, you have to sacrifice them. That's one of the sacrifices that you have to make in this life. Just picture yourself achieving your goals. Let's say if you wanted to become a businessman or something like that. Just picture yourself. Would you still be friends with these guys? Just picture yourself just be in a business suit or something like that. You're a multimillionaire inside of your big house in like Dubai or something like that. Do you think you're gonna be friends with these guys? Do you realistically think that you're gonna still be friends with them? No, because you subconsciously know that if I want to get to that position, I'm not gonna have friends like these people. I'm probably gonna have friends who are on the same level as me, who at least share the same beliefs as me. And that's why it's so important, because these friends, you already know that these friends are negatively impacting you. So just please just cut them out. Make sacrifices in this life. Because your life, if you make sacrifices in this life, it only gets better from here. My name is JBM. I'm going to wrap it up there. Stay disciplined, stay focused, take care, peace.